never disobey command. It's wrong. If there's any problem, if I need to challenge it, we'll go and challenge it. But to disobey it, no, capital no. Because these are things we need to do. Most developed world today, their greatest asset is intangible assets. And the foundation of intangible assets is law and order. So it's a gift, and we need to unlock it. Not to attract capital. It's very important. Somebody asked about capital markets.
I understand that there are indigenous people in the FCT, and in many, many different ways, we will compensate them, give them scholarships, do anything to give them to inclusiveness. But this is the Federal Capital Territory. It is the capital of the nation, belongs to everybody. And everybody must be carried. Even if the president decides that he's going to appoint an FCT minister, it's his prerogative to do so, and he decides to do it under North Central. It is also his prerogative to appoint anybody from the FCT, not necessarily indigenous, because we are all indigenous. What defines indigenous? Many people are from different tribes and they were born here. Their parents were born here. Their grandparents were born here. So it's really not so straightforward. And by the way, your PCC campaign coordinator for FCT.
Don't worry, let's meet first.
My uncle told me
so
that
what
is my
you
cousin.
asked about people,
He said that you
it's very worrisome when you will ask them that was just thinking about it.
Some people think I'm from a royal family, but my is a royal family.
his family is Yusufu. He knows you.
As you know, the way things work here, it's not the way it works in any other place. So the said he was going to call at this age, and said this is they want to do something to make it work. You asked about capital market.
That's my cousin.
Let me tell you about capital market. I've seen someone like me to develop the capital market. It's very efficient. Because the capital market side of Nigeria shows how narrow our economy is and how poor our economy is. You know the value of the entire Nigerian capital market. Our entire capital market today is probably about 50, 60 billion. Unacceptable for the size of this country. South Africa, that is the second biggest economy, is almost 1.5 trillion. Because government is getting involved in things they shouldn't get involved. So you have government going to borrow money from China. There's nothing wrong with that. The money you're borrowing, you can borrow from the capital market in Nigeria. The reason why they are not doing it is that they don't want to subject themselves to the capital market regulations, because they will not be in charge of those contracts. But I can assure you, nobody will give contract in this country that will not be properly scrutinized. Nigerians will be in charge of it. If you want to borrow market and everything. So it's my area. Finance is what we're going to deal with. Young man asked about how we're going to improve small businesses. Am I right?
Yes.
When we talk about our honest basis payments,
Amen. I'm sorry, I was whispering.
the reason why I said that our honest benefit is that Nigeria is not a productive country. It's a country that is totally unproductive. All of us. It's not anybody is listening. You know. And because it's night, I just give you an example of what shows that we're unproductive. Do you know the export of Nigeria? That's it. Okay. We have a problem with dollar now. Everybody is saying about rate of dollar, rate of dollar, rate of dollar. Young man, what drives the rate of dollar is your reserve. Your reserve is driven by your export. It is your export that shows the level of your productivity. Nigeria is not a productive country. It's zero. And it's so poor and you won't believe it. Our total export last for 18.9 trillion naira, which at official rate equates for 7 billion naira. At dollars, at our own rate is 350, it's about 30 billion naira. I'm going to give you 3 countries to show you how poor it is. Nigeria is 210, 220 million people. Israel is 10 million people. So if you decide to give them human beings, so they minus, listen, you give them 10 million, so we have 200 million people left. Israel, these are things you can Google. Then Israel lives on 21.1 thousand square kilometers of land. We live on 923,000. So if we decide to give them 23,000, we still have 900,000 left. Israel's total export last year is 59.8 billion dollars. We couldn't do 5%, half 50% of what Israel did. We have 200 million people. When we minus their 10 million, minus this, sugar, the land side, fertile land. They live on 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. 7 local governments is under control of bandits because there's no job. They can't feed themselves, they can't produce anything, they can't do anything. Netherlands, machine state is every day. Without water, it's 33,000 square kilometers. So Niger State is 2.5 times Netherlands. Their total agricultural export last year is $120 billion. So if Niger State had done 1% of that, they would have earned $1.2 billion. And if you multiply with 650, you give them about how many? 750 billion, which is 15 times what they get from the legal application here. And they're living under bandits. Because of a productive country. I wasn't touched this week, or no, last week, today's Tuesday, last week. And everywhere, you could see it. Poor place, nothing is working. Taraba has fertile land. Taraba is bigger than Belgium and Israel combined in terms of land size. Belgium is 30.9, Israel 22.1, 53, they are 54.4. Fertile land. You can grow coffee, you can grow tea, you can grow flour. Kenya did flour export last year. Flour is not rocket science of over $500 million. Ethiopia, these are 10 world countries, did coffee of over $1.1 billion. Sierra Leone tea. So you can go on and on. But we're here, everybody's saying. So, but when I talk about hourly production, that you need to get people to work. How do you employ people? People don't work here. They just sit down, talk, gossip. That's why we have time for all sorts of things. It's either we're looking forward to one ceremony or the other. Nothing we do here is ceremony. Nobody has time for ceremony anywhere in the world. Because people are stealing from. That's why. So, when you talk about hourly pay, that's why people are paid everywhere in the world. Hourly pay makes people to be productive. So if I come to the office, this is what you produce, this is what I'm paying you. It makes sense, you know, and it will happen. When I say I'm going to increase minimum wage, I'm not going to increase it from my pocket. Everybody has to be productive. I have to be productive as government. We have to produce some money, we're going to share. But I can say that this country can be productive. As easy as everything. We is the only country. I mean, look at our oil. Our oil is being stolen by people in government. No one ever stealing the people in government. We're looking for foreign investors. This country is looking for foreign investors. And young men like you are sitting now looking for foreign investors. You can't look for foreign investors when they are stealing the oil. Our oil quota, thank God, I started shouting, is increased now. Other people have discovered even fake pipeline. How can you be saying that? That pipeline was there for 10 years. We're just discovering it. Now,
We just discovered it because Peter Obi was talking about it.
Dollars. Our oil production was 1,083,000 when we were supposed to put, which will give you now multiply 22,227,000. If you multiply by 110, it's 2,445,000,000. You're looking for everybody. In August, it was enough. If I give you the figures, it's enough to put everybody along that pipeline. Every one of us. Looking for foreigners.
Yes, you can. Just know that I'm doing live.
Okay. I've spoken against oil subsidy for years.
You stay like this, you stop us.
Oil subsidy is on the right stand. And it's very simple. We have a country of the same size. Pakistan is 215 million. We have about 215 million. For their oil consumption per day, there are more roads. There are more roads. And I don't know whether they have more, but there are more roads, not one, than Nigeria. Their oil consumption is below 50% of ours. So I'm going to stop those who drink that oil and give them water. So there are things you can do. When we say we're going to lump it, we will be easy.
How's the campaign going?
Great, you're doing great.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm proud
I
of
want to
you.
leave her for me. I say Zidane.
We have vast
Zidane, she's not outside.
I know. I Google her now. I know about.
You know, say flower social media. Yeah, I know social media. So I don't know.
now cultivated. No other country in the world
I do know
is
what
going
to
through
do.
that. I was telling you about this. If you compare with the one country like Vietnam, we live on 923,000 square kilometers. They live on 331,000, 100 million people. Their export last year is about $350 billion. We couldn't do 10% of what they're doing. Half our population, 1/3 of our land. I can give you examples of countries all over. It's something that's storing country after country. I'm not just saying, oh, we're going to solve this. People will say, oh, don't compare us with that country. We are not the same thing. We are the same thing. We are human beings.
They don't have two heads. They don't have two heads.
And let me tell you, the condition in which we go to school, conditions in which we live here, if you subject those people to here, they will all die. Quote me anyone. I've been to school in the Western world, and I test to people I met in the schools. If you go to school under the condition I went to, you will all fail. Simple. And it's been proven. It's been proven, everyone. So it is a question of how do we make our people productive? Kate just told me, okay, I'm sure Kenifa is gone. Yes, we just spoke about something. The business you're running, the engine of growth of any company, small businesses. But nobody listens to you. Nobody's giving you support. Your chairman local government doesn't even know you. I did a business in England. I get letter every year from the Prime Minister. Here, chairman local government doesn't know you. Everybody just anywhere. Issue tax up and down. Telling Nigerians don't pay tax. Nigerians on that.
Oshomole, Augustine. No verse.
Because what we did like, we have 133 million people, and the Nigerian working population is 122 million. Those who are actively and working is about 40. So there's no way you can have the proper tax. You need to increase. The more you put people out of poverty, the more there's productivity, the more you earn tax. Tax is not something you just wake up in the morning. Anybody is used to tax. There's other people in my village, they can't pay tax. They have no means of livelihood. So if first put them into livelihood and everything, you have people that say we have 120 million or 20 million to school children. That's nonsense. I've been to the north. They can learn Quran. So they're intelligent. Meet them at a point where they're learning Quran and teach them skill. The one they're looking for, masons, welders, everything. If you go to Canada today and say you're a welder, they give you permanent resident visa. If you're a type driver, even in the UK, they're looking for drivers. So you know these Egyptians, everything, because they taught them skill. They taught them how to speak English, and they know how to drive. They're drivers. And somebody asked to drive me around in one of my visits to the UK recently, and I said, how much are you paid? He will shock you. He's a driver. He's paid you. How long have you been in England? I said, less than 2 years. What's your salary a month? Almost £2,000. £2,000 today is how much in Naira? 1.something million. And do you know what they do? I've got all these Egyptians. They now come, 3 of them. Hire one room and live there. Who is going to pay you 1,000 here as a graduate? It's not about the guy and the driver. Somebody be talking. So these are things you have to do. They are looking for small teachers everywhere in the UK, everywhere in the Western world now. They are looking for teachers to teach in their primary schools. And they pay the teachers £3,000. Because they didn't. So there's so many. But when you have this population, unproductive, everybody's looking for statutory allocation. No, it's time to scrap it, replace it with production formula. That's why we're saying people like you are the future. We have so used with a lot of energy. All these use you're seeing, they call Yahoo boys. Actually, geniuses we need to complete. That talent is being wasted. I lived in England when India was doing similar thing. Today, they hold, if you call your card now, they answer in India. Because they thought they did do something else. And that's what we need to do. So all of us, we need to do the sacrifice. What we need is sacrifice. Have leaders, we have leadership. Next year's election will not be clear. Nobody, if you have friends in the north, tell them you should not be tribal. You don't buy bread cheaper in the north. You don't have an authority like this in the north. Neither in the north more secure than the south. In fact, the north is poorer. The poorest people in Nigeria live in the north. The 10 poorest states in Nigeria is in the north. Out of school children, they have drug prevalence, everything is and the infant mortality is in the north. It can be solved. We cannot be paying subsidy. Our subsidy lasts next year. This year, by the end of this year, our subsidy will be about 4 trillion, if not more. Just giving you an example. Between 2016 and 2021, 6 years, our budget for education is 3.6 trillion. It's actually 3 trillion, 555, but call it 6.6 trillion. So 1 year subsidy expense is 6 years education. With education, everybody knows the more educated a country is, the more developed we are. Just investing in what can bring growth. Our 6-year budget for health is 2.3 trillion within the same period. So subsidy is actually twice. Nobody does that. Anyone in the world. And people are doing that, living a life. That's why people in government, any country you see people in government are richer than people who are doing business, that country will collapse. Because we have allowed people to create, to have wealth without enterprise. And that's the end of the country. And that's what we want to change. We're not against anything. We want to make money and enjoy it. I took time because you're a young man. Make sure you create wealth.
We are sitting here, but we're going to round up so that His Excellency, if you can, raise us before we go.
I'm doing live.
Okay, I thought.
Thank you. Your Excellency, you have been very impressed with your facts and figures. And I just want to ask you this question. My name is Tony Azogo, Barrister Tony Azogo. Recently, somebody went to Chatham House and he was calling people to answer questions for him. Does this suggest that you have a team the way you're reading out facts? Thank you very much. And beside me is AVM Sonny Borevia. He also has something to say, so we should permit him.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for the privilege. Mine is not really a question as such. The first thing I want to comment on the points raised by the former secretary to the federal government. He made very important point. Everybody knows Peter Obi, but people may not know Labour Party as such. So the campaign should be focused more on Labour Party. The second point I want to make, Your Excellency, it's like you are fighting your battles on conquered territories. The secretary to the former secretary to government made the point about everybody knowing you on, down south, knowing you on the internet. I think from what I'm following from the television and media, I think we should focus more in terms of strategy on conquering the North. The North is conquerable. Is conquering in terms of votes. You have a very, very sellable vice president. I don't think his face is being seen enough on the campaign. I think it's an issue that we need to look at. Then the second point I want to make, or the third point, all of you, the presidential candidates, when you talk about security, you talk about devolving policing to state, devolving policing to local government. Yes, that is important. But I think we need a more radical approach. You will recall what America did after 9/11. They went very, very radical. I think you need, I don't know whether you have it already, but I think you need a think tank on security. Because from what we are experiencing today, apart from the economy, which is also tied to the issue of security, the main problem of this country today is security. And you cannot address the issue of security by just looking at policing alone. My name is Air Vice Marshal Sonny Gberebe, retired, former commandant of the Armed Forces Commanders Staff College. I'm happy to be here. And I will not say I'm obedient, but I support Peter Obi.
Your Excellency, I greet you. I'm your admirer. The government came in the past. My name is Ejimofo Okorafonwosu. I'm a quantity surveyor. The government came in the past and did some interventions in virtually every sphere of Nigerian life and got professionals involved. And things seem to be working. Well, trickle down to everybody. All of a sudden, when civilian administration came, they scrapped it. And what that civilian administration spent on goods alone within the first year was more than what that intervention program spent, and we didn't see results. Today, it's for some years, in fact, since the advent of civil rule in this country, return to civil rule, professionals have been running away in every sector. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, and all that, going to where they are properly paid and they give value for money. I want to believe that if your administration comes with some interventions in various areas and engage our professionals dutifully, a lot of changes will happen within a very short period. I don't know whether you have such plans. Thank you.
What's the problem?
Okay, we'll just end here because everybody's money to end here, but I'll go answer my question.
Okay, you're recording. Okay. Go ahead.
Let me go with what you asked about interventions. Intervention program never solves the problem because it's temporary. You must have a long-term plan. Intervention under the military, which was what we were trying to imply, worked a little bit because there were a bit of fear.
Why only you sitting here?
When we came,
I'm doing live. Help me hold it and put their feet. Let me.
that was why I was
Get okay. Go
What
ahead.
you said about security is very important. There's no end to the main job of a leader is learning. If you can't learn and you won't listen, you will fail. And anybody who is not learning to listen, don't work with this. It's dangerous. For an agent, shouldn't do it. So I want to learn more about what you said about security. I want to listen to you, and I assure you it's very, very, very critical. As for what you said about Chattermans, I won't make comments. I don't make comments on the strategy or style other candidates also use, because it's not my own commitment is that Nigerians should know. In your campaign, everybody here knew Obama. Everybody here knew Obama. Everybody here knew Biden. Everybody here knew Trump. Why do they know them? Because if you're campaigning, it's you people want to listen to. It's only Nigerian people are campaigning. They say presidential spokesman. What is that? If you're campaigning. It's you who want to listen to. Is there any spokesperson? All these people who are in TV every day, is any of them going to serve? That's why people start saying, I didn't say it. I want to tell people what I can do. I don't want that I want to learn. And I'm saying, in 2023, anybody who wants to serve, let's listen to him. I don't know everything. I never claimed to know it. I have a background where I'm a trader. So I like to listen to those who know, so that I can say, this is the way we're going to go. The result. Rest assured, we're going to go. So if I go there, I'll answer the question. I just said about police now. He's telling me about what happened after 9/11. I'm going to study what happened after 9/11. That's the only way I can know.
Please, excuse me.
And you said we should have the power committee. I believe in it. It is important. So people must learn every day. In each town house, I said, your guess is as good as mine. You can evaluate. I'm choosing the, I'm going to stay on the line of issues on this election. If anybody like call me anything, if any spokesperson can see me, I don't even answer them. Some of them are even my colleague governors. When I see them on the road, I tell them, You're not a candidate. I can't answer you. If you want me to answer you, go and become a candidate of a party and call my name. I'll answer you. Any candidate you call, because they won't even answer them. The two major candidates are my senior. In my culture, I don't respect myself. Even if they call me a name, I will respect them. Because God has bring them myself.
We can see if I'm doing it right.
I'm better than they are. And I'll do the job better than they are. Because I have more, even in their capacity, more capacity. And this is the job that requires mental and physical energy.
Yes,
I have more.
I want
So
to see if I can
everything,
get
they should allow me
something to
to
keep.
do the job. While I can look after them.
Yeah, these people serve.